You're listening now to the Real Estate Lab with Bayut. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Real Estate Labs with Bayut.com. Firstly, I would like to wish everyone a happy new year. 2025 was a fantastic year for the UAE real estate market, and now we're going to reflect on how that was performing in Abu Dhabi, the capital city. Today we have the co-founder of the Metropolitan Group here to discuss the Abu Dhabi market over the past year and what sort of predictions we have for the year of 2026. So firstly, I would like to welcome our guest, Evgeny. How are you?
Good, thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much for coming today.
Thanks for having me here today.
And how are things in Abu Dhabi with Metropolitan? What's been happening in the office of Metropolitan?
Last year was really successful year for us. We've grown significantly in terms of number of the employees. We increased our market share significantly, and secondary, especially, it's like 40% year-on-year growth, with roughly about 14% of the market has been sold by Metropolitan Capital Real Estate. Yeah.
Now, sort of looking back into 2025, personally myself, I've heard a lot of optimism with regards to the Abu Dhabi market, right? But how would you been involved in it? How would you say investor or buyer sentiment is within Abu Dhabi at this moment in time?
The buyer sentiment in 2025 was way more mature, I would say, confident, and more strategically oriented. Mainly the buyers and investors in general in Abu Dhabi market, they are more of a long thinkers, let's call it, and people who is more focused on the yields, on the sustainable growth, and let's call it preservation of the capital. So there is no that much fluctuation in the market, no that much ups and downs, and 2025 shows that those investors who prefer to act in that segment of the market, choosing Abu Dhabi.
What sort of segment would you say was the top performer within Abu Dhabi over the last year?
2024, the whole market, I'm talking about residential sales, off-plan, secondary, everything related to that. So excluding like industrial, agricultural, and those part of the real estates which are not really popular, but they have their own chunk. So speaking about residential part, 2024, we had a market of 44 billion. 2025, it's already almost 80 billion. So we saw a significant growth, almost twice.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's almost doubling. If we look back in 2023, you would see 22 billion. So again, so the market is doubling year by year. I don't think that will be the case in 2026, most probably no. But going back into the segments and why that's happening, the most outperforming segments is ultra luxury, which were super in demand last year. Although supply is, let's say 2024 and 23 supply was so low that 2025 significant growth is in that area. Plus waterfront communities and new developers who are in the market, who came to the market. Talking about luxury segment, 2025, it's the properties above 10 million dirham is only about 1,000 transactions.
Okay.
1,000 transactions. The properties above $10 million, 36 million dirham, it's must be close to 70 deals only, not that many, but that gives a big boost. Those 10 million plus transactions, it's about 18 billion of sales in total. So that gives a big boost for the market. We can see this strong demand from the ultra high net worth individuals from Dubai and globally. Yeah. So that's a clear trend which we can observe.
Good. And in terms of specific communities. Has there been any sort of standout communities which have really caught the attention of whether it be an international market or local market, which has really got traction over the last year?
There are three areas in Abu Dhabi which traditionally performing like 70% of the market are there. It's Sadiyat, Yas, and Reem. Everybody knows
of
them,
course.
right? That's not a secret anymore, right? So those communities are always performing super well. Anything launched there is in demand. But on top of that, we have quite a few nice not sub-communities, areas which start to perform 2025 very well, such as Hudayriyat Island. It's a master community by Madan, such as Raha Beach. We've seen few launches there, and it will continue. The demand is quite strong. We could have seen a lot of transactions in Jubail Island if they would start to do the handover. Not all the clusters started, but we can see the demand, very solid demand. And of course, we can't forget about Fahid Island, the launches from Al Darb, which is they were flying every time they launched. So there are some new areas on the map start to pops up here and there, which really deserve the attention of the investors and end users, of course.
Obviously, Abu Dhabi is what we would consider to be maybe a lot calmer than what it is here in Dubai. And in Dubai, we've had to notice that developers have had to now up their game in terms of the amenities which they have within the communities. Do the developers in Abu Dhabi feel as much pressure? Do you have more boutique companies coming up and challenging to try and take maybe market share from the likes of Al Dar?
First, there is a misconception a little bit in terms of Abu Dhabi. Very often, people think that Abu Dhabi is behind in terms of anything. I mean, in terms of real estate market, in terms of amenities or quality of the projects or set of amenities in communities, which is not really true. So first of all, if you would look closely into the new communities and sub-communities which has been launched in the past year, you would see that the amenities there are world-class amenities. There is nothing worse than in Dubai, for sure. If we look at the launches which has happened, we had a lot branded residences last year being launched. We talk about Jacob and Co in Al Jurf area. We talk about Four Seasons Sadiyat, Elisa by RDH, and I can continue. And those projects, they are amazing. I mean, look at the architecture, look at the layouts, the number of amenities developers providing in those projects. It's not just comparable. In many sense, it's really even better than in Dubai.
No, fantastic. I mean, that's good to see. Where I was more coming along the line of is you get the Til Al Gaffs coming up with the big lagoons, and they're starting to get a little bit more creative than just putting up a fancy building with architecture.
Just give another few quarters for Abu Dhabi market, you will see all that.
Fantastic.
The developers, like there are some insights. I know I can't share it publicly, right? But there are projects coming with anything you can imagine, or even you can't imagine even. So yeah, this is happening right now in Abu Dhabi. If you didn't see it yet, it is coming.
I can tell with the smile on your face you're very optimistic about this, so I look forward to hearing what that is. Maybe when it launches we can get you back on and you can share.
With great pleasure.
Told you so. In terms of Dubai, the off-plan segment was still pretty dominant last year in 2025. Does that sort of have any synergy with how the Abu Dhabi market is?
There is very important part need to mention. I don't remember the exact figure of Abu Dhabi off-plan value of transactions. As far as I know, as far as I remember, mid of December, the number was 425 billion of transactions. It was mid of December, most probably. All in all, it's 400, I don't remember, 40, 50, 60 billion. Anyway, it's a huge number. Abu Dhabi market is about 60 a little bit more, 62, 64 billion of transactions, 2025. So we see the difference of almost like not 10, but 8 times difference.
Yeah.
But the market in Abu Dhabi is growing, as I mentioned earlier, growing like doubling several years in a row the total value. Dubai market is impossible to be doubled next year, this year, right? Lots of clients who is participating now actively in Dubai and who is looking at the opportunities to invest more and more often they choose Abu Dhabi. So the correlation is very simple. As more people in Dubai, more people in Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
And these two markets, they're growing together. Honestly, in my opinion, in the next few years, I believe like in a few years, we won't be having anything called Dubai or Abu Dhabi market. To be honest, I think we will call everything as a UAE real estate market.
Yeah.
The connectivity, which is government working on right now, which is Etihad Trail with all the air taxis and all these logistics will help people to choose the place where they want to live, regardless where they are working. And these will bring us to the concept of UAE real estate market. So I'm betting in, let's say, in 10 years' time,
Interesting.
I don't think we will differentiate Dubai, Abu Dhabi. And don't forget, the cities are developing towards each other.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi developing towards north, Dubai towards south.
Yeah.
We can see obviously the airports is closer to each other, right? The new projects are coming in Jurf area,
Jebel Ali is starting
Jebel
to move out
Ali,
that way, isn't it?
Tantut,
Yeah.
all those projects in between start to develop.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, sorry, I was quite long. To answer your question, the correlation is very simple. More people in Dubai, more people in Abu Dhabi. And the trend is that the markets are joining.
2025 hasn't been all peaches and cream for the real estate market in Abu Dhabi. You've had some challenges yourselves in terms of government changes for the listings as a market, yeah? How has that affected the market in any particular way?
The main changes which actually happened is Madmoon implementation, and in general, a drag is taking over the control of the market, which in my opinion, which is super right movement of the government, I believe that should have happened a little bit even earlier.
Yep.
But it is what it is. We have it. We had it in 2025 only. Well, number one, the market became way more cleaner than it used to be.
Good.
I think in Bayut, you know better than me that the number of the listings has been dropped significantly year to year.
Yep.
But now we can see the actual listings in the portals. We as Metropolitan, we don't really notice, we didn't even notice any changes in terms of the leads flow or decreasing in transactions. No. But the thing is, we never had fake listings, and for us, the transition was quite simple. But in general, for the market, it was painful. People always resisting the changes. I mean, it's a human nature.
Yep.
I'm fine with it. So get used. So apart of that, there are a few more changes which is happening in the off-plan market as well. The Madmoon, it's not only about listings. ADREC is regulating off-plan projects as well.
Okay.
The Madmoon permissions become really serious. It's not a joke anymore. People can't just promote whatever they want without taking responsibility and accountability what they are posting online. So that part is helping as well, to be honest.
Do you think they'll go more specific to project unit numbers, or will it just be a project number in general?
The project number in general. For the off-plan, you have to get a permission for the project in general.
Okay.
That's the responsibility of the developer, and then developer is the one who is choosing with which agencies they are working, to whom they are giving that permission, because it costs money as well.
Yep.
And developers become more serious in terms of what they are giving to the market and to whom they are giving. So it cleans up market as well.
Good, and that's what we want to see, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Transparency across the market in any
True.
form. Looking into this year, 2026, what are your predictions? How's it looking?
I believe we're gonna have an amazing year. Number one, as Metropolitan, 100% we're gonna have an amazing year. Talking about the market in general, my prediction is the growth will still happen because I see the number of the developers from Dubai, international developers, Abu Dhabi developers, the launches they are planning to make happen this year is significantly higher than the year before. Let's see what is the absorption of the market show us. But in my opinion, off-plan must grow, let's see, maybe 20, 25, 30%. So I won't be surprised if we cross the 100 billion this year as a market.
Good.
Secondary first couple of quarters, I believe it will go as it is go right now without any significant increase or decreases, will be just stable. Although Q3 and Q4, I think, will be way more active due to the fact that we're going to have a lot of handovers of the upcoming projects.
Yeah.
And that will create kind of boost in the market and will bring a lot into like in Abu Dhabi itself,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the market. So let's see, let's hope. At the same time, I don't think that the prices will be, I mean, the average prices per square foot will be increasing that much as it was in 2025. That growth will be stabilized. And I hope so, because what I do believe that the sustainable growth and predictable sustainable growth is way more effective than just.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've seen the sort of the bull run of investors after COVID. A lot of them hitting Dubai, right? And have seen substantial capital appreciation on the investments. A lot of people would probably think they've missed the gravy train as such. They've missed the opportunity. Do you see or foresee any price appreciation within or continuing in the Abu Dhabi market?
Yes, for sure. And the most important part here is to understand the geography, let's say, of the market. Not every single community and not every single area will be appreciated a lot in the upcoming years. But there are a few which can be, and especially those which are quite new and nothing has been delivered yet, but the delivery of the areas is on the way. Just as an example, Ramhan Island by Eagle Hills. It's the whole island master community by one developer, and they've been selling it past couple of years. And not this year, but the year after, we're gonna see the first handovers start to happen, and that's where the real price appreciation will start to happen. Those villas, which now let's say 50% appreciated in the price, is nothing compared to what's coming once the project delivered. And there are a lot of examples where you being a professional in the market can identify those areas and those projects and suggest to the clients that these or that can be appreciated. They are a lot. Although, speaking about market in general, traditionally performing areas, I don't think the appreciation will continue to happen that on that pace as it used to be. But again, it's more stable. The appreciation will be happening not on that level. So yeah, don't forget, very important part, and people are missing it, the post-COVID time, 2020, 2021, 2022, we had something called low base effect, right? The prices were dropping in the UAE in general since 2014.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Q4 2014, it was going down, down, down a little bit. The corrections was across almost every community, and by 2020 by 2020, let's say Q1, that was a bottom of the market, and then the COVID came and everything goes even a little bit more down, and then we start to grow. Well, obviously, those who believed in that time in the market and those who took a risk to invest in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in anywhere in the country, of course, they get it all.
Yep.
Now, some of the communities are triple in the prices. So that's the reality. Don't expect that that will happen anytime soon again. I hope it will not.
No.
I hope we will continue to grow sustainably. And the market gives a lot of opportunities. Just need to deal with the right people, with the professional people, those who understand the market, who make decisions on the data-driven decisions, and making it based on real expertise.
Good. Well, Evgeny, it seems as if you are very optimistic about the future of Abu Dhabi's real estate market.
So far, yes.
Which is good to see. First of all, thank you very much for coming in and joining us today. It's always good to try and get an update on different cities opposing to Dubai, was what we is the topic we always seem to discuss. So it's always good to get an update on what's happening in Abu Dhabi, the capital city. Everyone at home, thank you very much for tuning in. If you are interested in the Abu Dhabi market or you're looking for a property, Evgeny or one of his team would be more than happy to support you through that process. So please feel free to reach out to Metropolitan Capital in Abu Dhabi. Okay, thank you very much for joining.
You're listening now to the Real Estate Lab with Bayut.